Hey, I want to welcome you to today's devotion. We're going to talk today about a subject that is one of my favorite, and that is the mystery of marriage. So let's go to it right now. Now, if you've been married, you know that marriage really is a mystery. And if you've not been married, I can tell you this, when you do get married, you're going to discover that it's a mystery. Most of us have this idea of marriage being, some girl has this idea of Prince Charming's going to come and take her and everything's going to be happy thereafter. And a guy thinks, oh, this is the love of my life and oh, things are just going to be wonderful and everything's going to be great. And then they get married and whoa, they look and they begin to find themselves saying, hey, I didn't think this is what it was going to be like. And so they don't understand. And Paul wrote in Ephesians chapter 5, and I just love that chapter because it talks about how to be filled with the Spirit and walk in the Spirit and to sing and to worship Him. But right after he talks about the fullness of the Spirit, he talks about the husband and the wife relationship. And he compares the husband and wife relationship to Christ's relationship with the church. And it's very interesting what he says. He says, this is a great mystery. Now, he's talking about Christ and the church, but he's comparing it to the husband and the wife. Now, why is it a mystery? Because if there are opposites, I guess you take a man and a woman, and normally you find the best marriages are made of people who are opposite of each other. Now, why is that? It's a great mystery. Sometimes for men, it's hard for us to understand why is she thinking that way? What's all that about? And for ladies, they think, why is he doing that? Why is he acting in this manner? And so what happens is we don't understand the feelings, the thoughts, the emotions, the actions of each other, and we're mystified by what's happening. And this is what I've discovered over 53 years of marriage. It really is a great mystery. But I've discovered this, that you see, God gives us strengths. And the strengths are like the points of my fingers. And God gives us weaknesses. And each of us in our lives have strengths and we have weaknesses. And our spouse has his strengths and weaknesses. But what happens is, really, it's at those points of strength that we often have great conflict. But that's not the way God intended us to live with each other. He intended us to live this way. You see, where my strength helps her weaknesses and her strengths help my weaknesses, and together we are one. Together we are strong and we can stand. And oh, God builds our lives. And I tell you what, I've learned more from my wife than any person on this earth. She has taught me. She's got strengths that where I am so weak, and I've got strengths where she's so weak, and we help each other. We complement each other. This is a great mystery, but I tell you, when you understand the mystery of Christ and the church, oh, I tell you, oh, God's love and grace is what makes us strong. And He takes our weaknesses and His strength, we find grace in our weaknesses. We find strength in our weaknesses, and His strength is made perfect in our weaknesses. This is a great mystery, but it's true. And if you will accept it and embrace it, you'll become strong in your walk with the Lord. You will become strong in your family life if you learn this great mystery, the mystery of Christ and His church, and the man and a woman who complement each other to make each other better people.